Hey y'all, peace and love, peace and love. How's everybody doing? I'm Sister Zinga with Flowing and Growing with Sister and Zinga, where we are working on emancipating ourselves from mental slavery, because none but ourselves can free our minds. We're here every Tuesday to try to just uplift, educate, share, care, something towards freeing yourself from this mental slavery that we're in. We're no longer in shackles, but boy, they got this thing up here just all twisted up. Because the issue here, y'all, really, the issue is that we just been lied to. All these damn lies. People that you grew up to trust and thinking that this is the way it's supposed to be, that, you have the government, you have the system, you have the police, you have the doctors and the nurses, and this system that was set up to take care of the people on this earth. So understand this, though, it was really all created by another quote unquote human being. I don't think these people are human with the way that they act and the way they treat people, but another person. So they just made all this shit up. That's the reality that you must understand. This shit was made up from a long time ago. And speaking about long time ago, what I want you to truly understand that the names of these corporations, the name of these businesses, they're nothing but families. So these families became rich after coming up with an idea or something, convincing the people that their idea was good, their product or service was good, and it's been continued on for generations and generations because we have not been educated to analyze or to think about anything. We've just been told. So we have been indoctrinated to understand that they put systems in place and this is really the best thing for you. And it's been generations and generations of lies, cheat, and deceit. So we have got to start thinking for ourselves, because remember, it ain't illegal yet, to start analyzing these things and start. The information is there though, because this year this is the year of the rise, and some shit about to go down pretty soon too. But that's up to you to be able to be aware and do some research on your own to find out. But some things is really about to happen. I'm just not going to talk more in detail, but I'm just saying, just don't be ready, get ready. Don't get ready, be ready. Okay? Don't get ready, be ready, because some shit's going down. I think I told you a long time ago about to have. Make sure that you got, always have an extra case of water in your house. Always have, just some basic needs that you need that you can survive off of. So if the lights go out, make sure you got some food in there, some stuff you can open up in a can. I don't really recommend eating out of cans and so forth, but have some fresh vegetables there. But sometimes in a case of emergency, you have to do what you have to do. And certain people, people eat differently. So I'm just saying, be prepared with whatever that you're going to need. But definitely, if something goes down and they come telling you we got this and this is happening, that's happening, just make sure that you have what you need in your house, because just at least for a couple of days of survival. And that's why I was telling you, even though you may not have a big house, big yard or anything, but you can really grow some food and some plants. And whatever you eat, when you eat a tomato, take the seeds, save them, put them in a pot, grow you some tomatoes. Anything just simple like that. Tomatoes, cucumbers, easy stuff that doesn't have to be in a big, farm. It could be just somewhere. But, we just need to be ready. And how to say, God propels prepared people. So you're going to have to be ready when the shit hit the fan in some type of instance. Make sure you got some cash at the house. Just be aware of your surroundings, the things that's happening. And you really have to pay attention, because, a lot of this stuff is in plain sight. But if you're not really paying attention to what's going on around you, and you just think that, with everything you see on the TV, which is, that's another whole conversation, or everything you see on the social media, is true, you have to question it, and you have to do some research on your own. Even if you feel, okay, yeah, I agree. Okay, just confirm that you agree, because based on what you know, not what you're told. Because that's what the system that we're in. We're told things, and we're supposed to believe it. But these people are just people just like you. And let me get back to my point where I started, as about the names of these things. Sears and Roebuck, or KFC, Walmart, Timberlands, Gucci. All these things are just families of people. And from way, way back, these people have been giving you products and telling you this shit is good and da da da, selling you this, selling you that. And so you must understand that what they have done with their marketing has got you hooked. But this is just a people, so anything that you buy, and it has a name brand on it. Chesterfield. I just can't think of it because I don't buy a lot of stuff. But I mean, of course, I'm in this world. I see it. But all these are just names, and the name belongs to a family or a corporation or a group of people who have given you a product and have over the years been able to convince you that this stuff is good. And so that's really old money. Now, they may have started their business on the backs of some slaves, getting the work to do. Because, another thing I want to talk to you about is that cotton and the cotton that we picked a long, long time ago. But understand that they have just been advertising this product, to get something, what's these brands? Okay, but give out the brands, but you get the point what I'm saying? Any brand that you're buying of something just belongs to a family. And the more that you buy this something of their family, then you continue to make their family rich. Now, I'm just saying there are alternatives to everything. I'm not saying, some people just got to have brand names because they think if they wear a brand name, it's going to be something, it's going to make you something. No, it ain't going to make you nothing. It's going to make that family rich and make you poorer. So I'm not saying that you're poor, but to give you less. I mean, because I'm trying not to insult people. But, it's a shame. But if you tell the truth, you feel like you're being insulted because, it's like, well, damn, I didn't know that. Or you get caught up on something and you thinking, this or that. And then when the truth comes, because there ain't much truth going around here today, when it comes to the system, so it ain't much truth. So when the truth comes, so like I said, I'm not trying to insult, and I'm hoping I'm not offending anybody but these comments that I'm making. But I'm just really just trying to share, and I'm just trying to open your eyes to some realities of some things that are going on right around you and you don't understand. So the most important part of something that you're going to purchase is for you're buying it for a certain function. Okay? And if you want this can opener to work, then you want a can opener that's going to open your cans, maybe also open a bottle or, get a clean edge around so it doesn't cut your hand or whatever. But you don't have to buy a brand name. You buy a thing that functions because these people, let me tell you, I could use T-Mobile for instance. T-Mobile owns T-Mobile, and they have a certain plan that they sell to people who wants to go with straight T-Mobile. But T-Mobile also owns Metro PCS, and Metro PCS is a little cheaper phone plan. And then they also have another one called Sim something. This is something, but T-Mobile, that company itself, owns 3 different companies by 3 different names. And it's 3 different levels of I guess quality of service that they're giving you, but it's really all the same because it's all coming from the same little tower or that kind of thing. But they just want to make sure they get the folks who's willing to pay, $100-something for a phone plan, the people who's willing to pay $50-something for a phone plan, and the people who's willing to pay $20, $30 for a phone plan. They're getting it all. It's the same service. So sometimes when you get a brand name something, it doesn't really matter because that most of these companies, they go over to China and make this shit is really inexpensive. It's not that the quality is so much better, but no, they are able to buy in such bulk and quality. They go to Indonesia, China, or I don't know what these different places are, to get products made for really, really cheap. That's why when you call for a service for something and you get a foreign person talking to you, it's because what they've done, they've set up a company in a foreign land, not in the USA or not in one of these, Europe or someplace, in a foreign land where they can pay these people $2 to $3 an hour, which in the US I think the minimum wage is $15 US dollars an hour. So these people are paying $2 or $3 an hour for this service that they need, and they're providing it, but they're doing it for cheap. And they send their products off to be made really cheap, and come back and put their name brand on it, and then they go ahead and sell it to you for like sometimes up to anywhere from 4 to 5 up to 10 times the amount of what they paid for the thing to be made. I mean, so there's a system in place. So we can't get hung up on name brands, because what you want to do, you want the thing to function. You don't need it to have somebody else's name on it, because when you put their name on it and you walk around with their name, then they're getting free marketing, and then you're also paying way too much for what you got, because you can get the same thing for much cheaper. But we've been fooled to think that if you have a name brand, something on it, that you just, you the shit, you just something else, because I got a Gucci, I got a this and that. But you guys know that, I don't know if it's Gucci or one of them other names, but that stuff is not even real leather. Do you understand that? Real leather cost. Sometimes when you buy shoes, I prefer to buy shoes that's real leather versus plastic or something for my feet. I prefer to buy a leather purse versus some plastic something. And then I just prefer to make my own purse if I need a purse. That's what I'm down to now. But I'm just saying, do you know that those things are not even real leather? I mean, so it's such an illusion that we're living in. I mean, when it comes to purchasing items, when it comes to, being miseducated, when it comes to the lies that they tell you. And I know that I'm all over the place right there because there's so much shit all over the place what they're working with, and they're deceiving us. We're really being deceived. So we have to make sure that we have to start thinking, because it ain't illegal yet, and I'm wearing you out with that too, but I need you to understand that, because some things may be going down, and tell them what they want to take from you, because they make up laws as they go. Believe that. They make up laws as they go. But again, these are just people, y'all. And look inside. You have the power to do these things, to make decisions, to create. You have the power to do all these things these other people are doing. Do you see these children in foreign countries and so forth, how they're finishing college at the age of 14 and stuff like that? So the gift is up here, because God gave everybody a gift. So, excuse me, we have to start thinking, because again, we're not, the school system is only there to indoctrinate you, to serve them. It's not teaching you how to be an entrepreneur, not teaching you how to get into the finance world to start, investing and making yourself some money. None of that is taught. It's only basic stuff that's taught for you so you could be a worker. So you could work for these companies that are in place, the ones that are trying to control the agenda and the narrative of the world that we live in. So I just implore you to just start thinking for yourself, to make plans for yourself so you can be prepared no matter what goes down at your home for your family, and to stop paying too much for shit that really, you just need to function. You just need something to function, to do what it's supposed to do. Even when it comes to a car, you just need your car to be transportation, something that's clean, something that's reliable to get you from here to there. You don't have to have a Mercedes. You don't have to have it. And I'm not saying you choose to have one. I'm down with you. Just your choice. That's what I'm talking about, making choices. But I'm just saying, if you're trying to save some money, if you're trying to be independent from the system, then you have to make choices like that to be able to do something that functions, until you start loading up and accumulating your own bank, so you could be self-sufficient, to be able to say, well, yeah, okay, well, I did this, I did that, so now, okay, I want to have a name brand, something. But with the way this system is going, a lot of people who don't have just the basic necessities of life are walking around here with things that they really, well, I can't say they can't afford it, because they have it, but they are jeopardizing or sacrificing some basic living need, the necessities for these things. You understand what I'm saying? So you're sacrificing, or you're sacrificing basic needs for things that you can show on the outside of yourself, when you're not taking care of your basic necessities of that you need, but you got an iPhone, or you ride in a Mercedes when you live in an apartment, or you, wearing these certain fancy name things, but we know that you just living in a room with your mama or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm just trying to say we must be independent. I don't mean independent as far as independently being able to take care of yourself. But because I'm definitely for communal living, and I'm saying for you to just be independent, don't take care of nobody, don't do for do for self and not and be selfish. I'm not saying that. Independent in your thinking is what I'm talking about, not in your living, because we should really commune more together. Because they've already put systems in place that has broken up the family. So, the best thing I could just come down to, I think it ain't illegal. You have to keep coming back to that, because we have to be able to handle our own things that we need for ourselves and not rely on other people. With me buying the land that I have for my farm, I'll be able to. When I want some bananas, I can go get some. When I want a mango, I'll be able to go get some. When I want orange, lime, I'll just be able to go get some on my own. Bananas, plantain. So these are things that I'm growing because I want to be able to have my own, because I can't make it to a point where you can't trust other things, or they may not even be accessible, because there was a story a while ago about how they were taking people's the farms. They were destroying people's food. And so then they come up and say that there's a shortage. I mean, you really have to pay attention to what's going on. There's so much stuff that's out there, and sometimes it's hard to believe because it's just so far from what you think is your reality, but the reality is really just an illusion. It's really just an illusion. So, I'm going to cut it short here today. It was not short. I've been talking for a good while, but I just want you to, and I've talked about lots of things, but I just want to keep giving you things to make you think. I've approached on many different subjects in my sharing today, but just take the time and listen to them, and take each point and try to analyze it for yourself and see if it makes sense. Don't get ready, be ready, prepare yourself for it. We don't know what's going on. Last time they had that COVID mess, people was just in a way. Some people lost a whole lot of things, or lost necessary things that they needed, but they weren't able to supply, for themselves because, either they lost a job or there was no food, or, whatever the case may be. So just don't get ready, be ready, prepare yourself, and then start thinking for yourself, what is the things that I need, and then get those things, but they don't have to have a brand name on them. Okay, don't waste your money on things that are unnecessary. Share and care for other people. Love and kindness should be the number one thing. Love and kindness. Because we've been put in this situation, and it could really just warp you in so many different ways. That's why it's just so hard to talk about just one part of this thing, because it's all warped together, and it's just it's a mess. It's a mess. And this got me just doing this video, and I'm all over the place because when these things come to my mind, I just bring them all out. But there's a lot to think about. And some people ain't thinking. Some people just going along and doing what they're saying. So go inside yourself and know who you need to listen to, who you can trust or who you shouldn't trust. And be able to make choices for yourself, and knowing that there is an alternative to everything that's being offered out here. There's always an alternative. Okay, and then you have the power inside yourself to create something for yourself. Create something for yourself. And listen to those voices inside you. If you want to do something that you really like to do, but it may not be popular, or people may laugh at you about it, or, which is that's their ignorance. Whatever it is, do you, baby, do you. Be your authentic self. Be your authentic self. And don't let anybody change that. Because everybody want to go along and get along. Everybody want to wear the same thing. Everybody want to go to the same places. Everybody go to the same thing over and over. There's so many options of different things out here in the world. So many options and alternatives. And remember, you are free. Don't let people take your freedom. Don't let them think that the only thing that you got to do is do what they say or follow along or you got to keep up with the Joneses and all that kind of stuff. So be you, baby. Be you. Nobody can be you but you. Well, you know God loves you, and I love you too. So until the next time, thank you to all the subscribers that kind of keep me coming back here every Tuesday, because I know somebody is listening and sharing and caring. And if you just get one, then I know that my time was spent well, and I'm sharing what the Spirit wants me to share. So be you, because to dream of the person you want to be is to waste the beautiful person that you already are. All right, peace and love, y'all.